Hello, hi, my name is Astrid. I am Wattle and Wool. You can find me here on YouTube at Wattle and Wool, and you can find me on Instagram as at wattleand.wool because I screwed up the Instagram name. I haven't recorded in a while, so forgive me if I'm out of practice. This is a new microphone, but it seems to pick up everything anyway, so we're just gonna roll with it and hope for the best. And before I start, I would like to pay my acknowledgements to the Indigenous elders in the land of which I stand, the Whadjuk Noongar people, and pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging. Okay, so it's been a while. It's been a hot minute since I have recorded. Full disclosure, I recorded everything yesterday and the microphone didn't work. And so it wasn't great. So today instead you get the ambient sounds of the birds, but yesterday was ambient sounds of cricket. And if you're anything like me, birds are much better than cricket. So round two. First off, what I'm wearing. So it's going into winter in Australia, but winter in Australia doesn't last for very long. So this is a shawl that I'm wearing. I made it with the Fibre Fox Advent from 2023. And I just did a really simple garter stitch and then a brioche pattern, and I alternated stitches. I alternated yarns. So in each of these, it's actually 2 yarns, not held double, just one at a time, but alternated on each end with an I-cord finish. And honestly, it is so beautiful. It's got this like gold stellina glitter in it. I love it. I keep trying to find like a new favorite color. At the moment, this one's probably my favorite, but like the orange is just so beautiful. So yeah, I'm quite obsessed with this. This will be written up. It's a really super easy pattern. This was my car knitting. So I tutor. I am a high school teacher, for those of you who don't know, and I tutor after school and on Sunday mornings. And so I often have to drive like to kids' houses, and I can be 5-10 minutes early, or maybe I get dinner on the way between 2 houses. And so I often just sit in my car and I'm bored. And so I have car knitting. So for me, car knitting is just like that captures of time that you have in those 5-minute breaks. And for me, I really need something that is easy to do, that I don't need to think about. So usually stockinette, garter, sneezing, excuse me. So yeah, usually stockinette, garter, brioche if I can get into the groove of it. There's a little bit in the last section where, I mean, you'd have to look fairly close, but I've definitely swapped what side is what. And I mean, it doesn't bother me at all because in the whole thing, you can't really notice it. But definitely when I was knitting it, I was like, oh, I've screwed up the color dominance. And this is often because I'm knitting at night, or, you know, there's just not a little light in the car. But this is my first finished object of the episode. I was going to go into and talk a lot more about my different finished objects, but I can't be bothered. And I feel like because they were so long ago, it's not really poignant anymore. So we're just going to move on and talk about what I'm currently knitting. So on the Fibre Fox Advent theme, this is my next car project. This is the Summer Sorrel in fingering weight using the 2024, so last year's Fibre Fox Advent. I am, actually, how many am I up to? Oh, good Lord, they're not in order anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So this one here is number 16, 24 take 8 is 16. And this is my current car knitting. So I started the yoke, which has got a lot more delicate stitches on it. I started the yoke as just like a side project. I think it was at work maybe, where I was knitting in the office, I think. Anyway, so I was knitting somewhere and, oh, excuse me. So I started knitting the yoke of this somewhere, I can't actually remember where. and I got to the sleeve separation, which is where these beautiful drop stitches finish. And then I realized that I'd finished this and I needed car knitting, so I jumped in and put this one in car knitting instead. And this is just round and round and round and stockinette. There is no sleeve shaping because I'm not thinking while I'm knitting. In my car knitting, when I pick it up for 5 minutes and put it back down, there's no effort, no point to that. So this is literally just round and round and round, no shaping. It is, okay, if I show you, if I put it to my underarm, which is about here, the neck, I'm sorry, the neckline is quite wide. And I'm not such a fan of a wide neck. So I'm a bit confused about what I'm gonna do. I have some options, I'm gonna talk through them. And then the sleeve comes to about halfway through my forearm. And so I think that there will be enough left to do every single skein in here, and I'll just fold it up a little bit. I'm thinking that from the next skein, so not the one that I'm about to start on here, which is this current mini, from the next mini, I will start doing ribbing, and I'm thinking of just doing 2x2 ribbing and just going all the way down and just consistently doing 2x2. And yeah, I think that's probably going to be the best way of doing that, because it's been knit in the round, but they're 2 at a time, because that's the only way I could do it, and keep them like at the same time. There is a run stitch, or like a pulled stitch in that section. Can you see it? Let's have a look. Yeah, you can see it really clearly. So that realistically isn't going to block out, but I'm just going to use it as a seam and make it look like a seam. I really don't actually care about it too much. It did bother me at first, and then the more I knit, the more I just couldn't care less. So this one is, I'm going to keep going with the arm length. I'm knitting 12 rounds for both sleeves and body. However, in the body, it's almost done. So again, holding it up. So my high hip is just here. And then probably where my, lowest of pants is, like, not lowest of pants, that's crazy. The lowest I want it to go is about here. So I believe I have about 2 more mini skeins of colours left on this. And what I'm thinking, my apologies, quick battery change. So what I'm thinking is, for this one, I have 2 more skeins probably left for the body, and I was, sorry for that. Okay, so what I was thinking is I have about 2 more mini skeins left, which will take me up to 18, so then I'll have 6 left. And what I'm thinking of doing is a split hem that looks like this. Whoop. How do I... We might be putting that up. So this is by the amazing JST Knitwear Designs, and she's incredible. I've test knit for her a few times before, and all of her patterns are beautiful. And she's got this really cool, it's the Beachside Crew that has just come out, and basically on the sides, it kind of overlaps a little bit in the hem. So it's a split hem, but it overlaps, and it's really nice. It looks like it's a double stitch edging feature, which I'm not, sorry, double knit, which I'm not too keen on, just because, again, car knitting, don't want to think, but I might just do a basic rib and split the edge stitch. And yeah, so I'm thinking of doing that where it kind of overlaps just a little bit, and that will be for the hem line and have like a nice ribbing edge. So the sleeves are going to be 2x2 knit, and then the body is also, the bottom hem is also going to be 2x2 knit, sorry, rib, and yeah, with that overlapping hemline. And then for the neckline, I'm of 2 minds. On one hand, I really don't like, oh, sorry. On one hand, I really don't like how loose this is, and I think I need to wash it and block it before I make any more decisions on this. But because I don't like how loose it is, and I feel like it is kind of open quite a bit, I was thinking of picking up the stitches around the I-cord edging and doing a, which way? Doing like a, I can't even tell because it's black. Doing a funnel neck that kind of comes up. But I don't love the idea of that black being at the top of this white kind of cream color. So I'm a bit confused. I have an idea, like it works in my mind, the technicalities of it. I just don't know if the optics are gonna work. So we will see. But yeah, that's the first project. That's my car knitting project, and it's going to be done very soon. I can't wait. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I can't wait to wear it. It's gonna be so nice. The second project that has been in my needles quite a bit is my tutoring project. So this is using Terina Knits, who is Love and Speckles, and this is using her Field of Flowers Spring Market. No, I'm calling it Field of Flowers. Hers is the Spring Market Advent from 2024. So what she does is she dyes up these incredible minis that are like the perfect variegated tonal kind of blend, I should say, and like gradient. And this one goes from yellow, as you can see down the bottom here, this really bright, happy yellow, moves up into this orange, and then it's gonna go into this pink and then purple, and I'm so excited. So I was inspired by Stephen West and the way that he was doing in the 2024 Go Go Dynamo shawl. I was really inspired by these little semicircles. And I thought to myself, how much fun would it be to make these semicircles into an asymmetrical shawl and just keep increasing on one side. I got really inspired and just kept doing it, and now this is probably a third of the shawl, I would say. I love it. Oh my goodness, I am looking so pale on this. This is really weird color lighting. You can tell it's getting gray outside. Anyway, oh, we'll see what happens. Maybe if I turn. Okay, so hopefully I look less, there we go, that's more of my actual color. I look less extremely washed out. Sorry, there are people screaming and I don't know why. So this is my Field of Flowers shawl, and I'm calling it that because each of these little tassely bits at the bottom, I'm going to pick up on that side and I'm going to knit lace with the green, which is the extra like 25th skein that comes with this. And I want each of these little tassely moments to be like highlighted and like a little flower in that green lace. I have an idea. I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but look, we've got ideas and we're going to roll with it and see what happens. But at the moment, this is just the squishiest garter. It's got mohair, it's got fluff, it is amazing. And my students, because I sit next to them and knit, because I am so ADHD that I need to knit, otherwise I can't focus, and then I want to do their work for them, which is not useful when they're paying me to help them and not do the homework for them. So yeah, so I sit and knit and I just distract myself as they're working, and it really helps. So this is my Field of Flowers shawl with the Terina 2024 Spring Market Advent with Love and Speckles Terina Knits. There we go. So, okay, kind of elephant, I don't know, confusion. I haven't posted in a while, I haven't recorded in a while because life just got not great. It got really messy and I didn't love it, and so I just needed to take a break and just step back and kind of, what do you call it, consolidate, I guess, reflect, whatever you want to call it, and be ready to come back again. And so because of that, there's certain goals that I had for this year that I'm not going to be able to achieve, and one of them is the 2025 year of Advent, which I had planned and hoped for. Perfectly honestly, mental health has been a bit of an issue, and so I have gone through either completely unable to sit and knit because I just couldn't get into it, I couldn't settle, I couldn't focus, or I felt so disengaged and really like numb, or it's been a hyper focus, and so I've gotten loads of work done and I've been able to sit there and just smash it out for a day. So it's been a bit up and down, and it's not been the greatest. I haven't loved it. And yeah, so I mean, life happens and it is as it is. I'm hoping that next year I can do my year of Advent, but let me show you what other Advents I've been knitting and other projects I've been knitting, and that's kind of like my mini life update. Okay, so this one I was inspired by the movie Wicked, and most specifically the shawl that Glinda wears, or Ariana Grande wears as she's singing Popular. It is amazing. It's like a pink housecoat, pink tulle housecoat, and it's got these giant flower ruffles all over the bottom. And I was obsessed, and I thought to myself, I have to make that, and I don't know how. And I was thinking, do I make it into a cardigan? And then I thought about it and I was like, no, what about like a shawl or like a stole or something? So I cast on with the Botanical Yarn 2024 Advent, which is like a color story of pinks and purples. Not necessarily a gradient or a fade or anything. I would just say it's like a story, which works really well for what I want. And I made these little ruffly moments. So I've got a few different colors. I am super happy with these. I've actually made 5, but I can't find the 5th, which is super helpful. And I'm casting off the 6th at the moment. This is using, okay, so I cast on in the round and I just go up, make it like a raglan increase, but with 8 instead of 6. And then every 4th row, but the 3rd of every 4th, I do a purl bump row and round. And then I pick up along those purl bumps and then I knit a ruffle. So kind of like, what is the top by Laura Penrose with that beautiful ruffle? I can't remember, but you know, I hope you know what I'm talking about. So I just knit and I pick that up and then I cast it off and it makes this amazing ruffle. And it is so much fun. And then I bind off without knitting. So like it's just like a crochet bind off, like pull one through the next loop kind of thing. And it leaves this amazing texture that I'm obsessed with. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put all of these into a shawl, and they're gonna be in like that order, obviously blocked out. And they're going to be amazing. And yeah, I'm using the main skein, which is like a soft pink, like a baby pink. And I'm not sure if I'm just going to knit them together or crochet them together, or if I'm actually going to do something in there, because it's 8, so there's gonna be like little diagonals everywhere. If I'm gonna leave that as a whole, I don't know, haven't figured that one out yet. But this is my current, not my current whip, because I've actually put this down for a long time. But this is kind of like an easy go-to when I don't need to look at what I'm knitting. If I just need to like zip through something and not focus, but it's a bit too fiddly to be easy car knitting, because there's so much of the ruffle on the needles at the one time, it gets really dense. And so you do need to kind of push and pull a little bit to be able to get it through. But yeah, so it's like in between or intermediate knitting. Like it's not quite super easy and it's not hard. It's just kind of a bit of grunt work and a bit of yeah. So that's it's going to be called Popular because obviously. And yeah, I am loving it. I'm really excited to keep working on that one. The next thing, this is going to be a blanket. And I know you're looking at it going, what? But it will. It needs to block out. It will stop being so puckery on the middle. If you guessed who this dyer is, I will be very proud of you. It is the amazing Wool and Works. She is doing a Yarn of the Month club, like a sunset club. Honestly, I don't know how she does it. She's got this new collection out at the moment that she's organized all these amazing like side people with, and she's amazing. 31 colorways is this new colorway option. Yeah, she's just amazing. 31 colorways? I think it was something like 31. 13? Anyway, she's got lots. Okay, so this is the blanket that I am knitting, and like I said, I need to block it out so it doesn't pucker in the middle. This is a hexagon, and it's using this really cool stitch technique that is like this diagonal kind of repeat. I really like it. I think it's really interesting, and it's quite easy to memorize and just go for. I have got a little bit of this left over, which I'm not sure if I'm going to use all of it up or if I'm going to repurpose. I have no idea. This is DK weight yarn, so I mean, it can be used for everything. This is the January colorway, and I finished this in April. And so you can tell how fast I'm knitting this because I have everything else on my needles and I'm not necessarily focusing on this. This is currently my lunch break knitting. So I have the second one at work, and I should have brought it home, but I didn't, and whoops. The second one is really interesting. So it's February dye is like a, see if I can get the picture for you and put it up in here somewhere. It's yellows and reds and oranges and purples, and it's just not my color palette, but I still want to knit with it because I have like a vision of the overall blanket of being this big sunset sunrise blanket and just being gorgeous. But I don't love the colorway. And when I was knitting it, I knit basically the whole thing of this and then ripped it because I was just not loving it. And so I was thinking to myself, it almost looks like the purple is like a planned pulling. And then I was like, okay, what if I did this stitch as a planned pulling instead? So every time I get the purple, I do this bubble stitch. It doesn't look exactly perfect. Like it doesn't look exactly like planned pulling with a bubble kind of thing, but I really like it. And it's this really cool kind of merry-go-round of color, and it feels a bit more organic to me. I need to bring it so I can show you because I'm just talking at the moment and you can't even imagine it, which is annoying. But I will hopefully either, before I upload this, I will take a little video of it and I'll put it in, or I will take a picture, I'll do something and so you can actually see. And yeah, so I'm working on that at the moment. That is my work knitting, my at lunch break work knitting. I don't know, do you have like projects for every different thing? Like, so I've got car knitting, I have in my bed knitting, I've got my couch knitting, I've got in my lunch break knitting. I don't know, I need different, I've tutoring knitting, I need like different knitting for different purposes. It kind of makes sense to me. This is also why I get nothing finished, because I have so many different things all in different places. One thing that I have finished though is this little friend. This is a hot water bottle cover, and it is using some yarns I picked up in Spain 2 years ago when I was there. Man, it feels so weird to say 2 years ago now. This is really cute. So I basically was feeling the pains of being a woman, as I'm sure we all understand, or our friends have bitched to us about. I was complaining about feeling the womanly pains that we all get, and then I needed to buy a hot water bottle. And then I didn't want to buy a hot water bottle cover because I thought I can do it myself, and of course I haven't been able to use the hot water bottle because I haven't made a hot water bottle cover. So hopefully this will be done soon. I need to block it. You can see that there is some color going on and it looks cool, but the color dominance is crap, and I didn't even think about it when I started making it. I did not care. I was just too excited to have a hot water bottle cover, and now I deeply regret my not caring. It almost looks like I've twisted some of my stitches as I'm going through, which I'm really confused about how, because I don't knit with a twisted stitch. I haven't done that before, so I don't know why I'm doing it now. I think it is the color dominance. But what I need to do is block this. The problem is when I block it, it's going to be way too big for a hot water bottle. So then I'm kind of thinking, do I block it and then felt it? I don't know how to do it. I'm not really sure. I made the mouth of this quite short because I figured I could always just go back through, add up stitches, and then do like another neck if I needed to. And I got really bored and really lazy, and so I just did a 3 needle bind off, if you can even see that. Yeah, I got really lazy, but I mean, it's going to be the shoulders of the hot water bottle, so I don't really care. But yeah, I feel a bit bad. The color work, I'll show you the inside because that's always how you know if it's decent or not, and mine is not. So the color work, I think you can see a bit clearer in here what the colors, like where the deep red is, and things like that. So there's a few cool kind of colourworky moments, but I feel like it's too... I haven't thought about the elasticity, I haven't thought about the colour dominance, I haven't thought about all of that. And so it's not the best, but I like it enough that I'm going to use it. So it hasn't gone to waste, it's just not the best, you know. So I don't know if I can block it and then felt it. It's kind of where I'm thinking at the moment. If I block it out, make it look nice and correct, and then felt. It's kind of the goal, but I don't know if it's going to work. So we will see. But that's today's to-do list. I have to go to tutoring at about 4:15, and it is currently (9:30). So I've got a bit of time. I'm thinking I might run and get a coffee, or I have Advent teas that I haven't opened. Do I just make a tea? I probably should, because I haven't used them at all, and I've got some milk. So I might make an Advent tea that I haven't opened since literally Advent. And yeah, I'm gonna do that and block this, and then this is my main project for today. Are you ready? So I actually can't show you much of the progress. I can show you a little bit, but I'm not really meant to be posting about it, so I don't know, I might get in trouble. This is going to be the Yasmeen top by Zanete Knits. And Zanete is a Latvian designer and living in England, and I just think it's so cool because obviously I have Latvian roots, and I love that connection. The Slack channel is just going off with it, like people from all these different places, like Germany and Latvia and Poland, and I just feel so cool. I love knitting for this reason. It's so international. So I am using the Jacaranda Tree colorway by Daffodil Road Yarn, and isn't this the perfect purple? Like, as soon as I saw this online, I literally was like, need. And I just put an entire sweater's quantity into my cart. I wish I put it in my car. Into my cart. And then I bought a shawl stuff as well, like a shawl quantity. And that's gonna be in a nice fade, but I won't get to that for a while. Right now, I'm busy. So, and I'm sure that this isn't a problem because it is on Instagram. This is the swatch. I was too lazy to do a proper swatch, which I'm sure is going to come bite me back in the foot later, but I was too lazy and I just wanted to get onto the knitting, and I started, but so this is what I started. I got up to last night. This is the back and then the shoulder bits. I should say this is absolutely not for me. This is for my mum, who is going to look stunning in this purple, and it's going to be like, I'm going to make it into a cardigan for my mum. So I'm going to have to reknit a few little design moments, but I'm going to do that after the design is finished. So I'm not going to mess with the test knit, and then I'm going to do my own thing. And because it's not for me, I'm quite hyper vigilant on all of the mistakes, as you would be. And there's a few little bits. My slip stitch pearl, it's like slip pearl, suck. I can't manage to get them to lie flat. I can't manage to get them in the right direction. I don't know what I'm doing because I'm following the directions and I've YouTubed it like 4 times. I can't figure it out. So that's really bothering me in the lace section. And then the increases on the shoulders, it's really uneven. I'll see if I can find, oh, if you can see. Oh, it's so hard because I'm gonna like stretch it out and show it to you. You can barely see that. I'm sorry. Anyway, as you're picking up stitches, it's a really cool way, and it's like a lifted increase. I love it. I've used them before. I really enjoy it. But on the knit side, it's perfect. On the purl side, I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm just throwing bars everywhere. So I'm going to restart. I'm going to use this as another little gauge swatch, and I'm going to restart today, and then I'm going to check back in hopefully tonight or maybe tomorrow and show you what I've done. But today's goal is to A, block this, B, start this properly. And let's see how far I can get. Okay, it has been so nice to come back and chat. Honestly, I've missed this. I've missed you. I've missed talking. I've missed knitting. And I hope you've missed me. And it's been so lovely just to take some time with the birds and the people yelling and enjoy my time. So thank you so much for coming and saying hello. If you've got any questions, chuck them in the chat, message me on Insta, whatever you would like. I'm always happy to chat. Yeah, I don't know. What else do I need to say? What else would you like to hear? I will talk to you much sooner than in 6 months. Okay, bye. Okay, hello, hi. I'm gonna put this inside the episode that I haven't actually released yet. So welcome back, still me, still the same person. Let's quickly talk to you about what else I've done, because I was meant to post that episode and I didn't. So let me show you what's been going on. First up, I finished my February blanket, or my February hexagon. This, I think I've already shown you. This is the January one. This is from Wool and Works, her Sunset Club. This is the January colorway. I'm about to block it. I actually, full disclosure, I like ran it under the water, as in like flicked the faucet on and then went, no, I've got to film, and then quickly turned it off. So this is, it looks really puckery because I still haven't blocked it, but you get the idea. I really love the texture that's going on. I just find that really beautiful. So I've already shown you that, I think, and this is the February one. So I talked about how I actually restarted it because I'd done a full one like the January, and I just really didn't like the middle. It looked really messy. So I started it and I kept all the purple out. And the way that I did that is I literally just tied a knot in all the purple and then refused to knit with it. So I started off with just the red and the yellow, and then I started getting into the purples. And this is more of a, like a planned pooling kind of idea. So I really like the way it's worked out, like the way it turned out. I will be honest, this is not my favorite hexagon at all. It's just not my colors. Like, the dyeing is beautiful and I get so many comments on it. It's just not my colors, and I don't love it. But I think in context it'll be beautiful when it's a bit toned down by everything else, or maybe brightened up. Maybe the other ones need to be brighter. I don't know. I have seen the mood boards, I will admit, but I don't actually know what the next dyeing will look like. So we'll find out together. But yeah, so I'm gonna block this one tonight. This is my blocking pile. The next thing I finished is my Summer Sorrel, and this is actually slightly wet. This one was my car knitting. It has been my car knitting for a while, and now I need to find new car knitting, which is frustrating because I never go without car knitting, and now I need to find car knitting. But this is the Summer Sorrel. It is using the Fibre Fox 2024 Advent. It goes all the way down. I used an extra 2 colors on the sleeves, and I just held back the skeins. I still have 3 full mini skeins, so I've still got at least 60 meters of something, but honestly, I'm not going to. I was talking before about how I might change the neck. I'm not going to. I really like it starting crisp, clean, and then progressing down into a darker color. I think this is stunning and I'm so happy with it, but I need to block it and then see what it looks like when it's fully blocked, because it may, I don't know. I'm just conscious it might shift, and I don't want it to. I don't know. I feel like I'm just like mentally preparing myself for something's gonna happen. And then if it doesn't, that's even better. But I'm mentally preparing myself for something. I just don't know what. But yeah, I finished it. I love it. I can't wait to block it and be done with it so I can wear it. Yeah, this is beautiful. I'm really, really happy that I've done this. The next thing is a test knit, and this is a test knit for Zanete Knits. I think I talked about how I was going to start it. Well, I have started it. I now need to really work at it because I realize that the test knit is going to be done very soon and I'm not ready for it. But this is what it's looking like. So I do need to buy a steamer. So I do need to buy a steamer so that I can steam block this. The it needs to get to 30 centimeters from the underarm, and that needs to be blocked because the lace is going to bloom when it's blocked. So I need to get it to that point, and haven't measured how long it is, but I need to figure that one out. I actually don't reckon it'll be that far to go. This is stunning. This is in the Jacaranda colorway by Daffodil Road Yarns. And it's this beautiful lace. If I can stretch that, I think you can see. Whoop. It is gorgeous. And some of the testers have already finished, which is amazing. So I really need to get a little wriggle on. And I do love this. The lace is actually surprisingly easy to remember, but I mean, I did one round today off memory after doing this much with a pattern. And I do like to have the pattern next to me just to kind of guide me, just in case I forget. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much to comment on it, except this is how far I've got in. I love the yarn. I love the pattern. I love the yarn in the pattern or the pattern in the yarn. I just think it's stunning. This is going to be for my mummy. And I'm very excited for it to be for her, but I really need to block it. And I just don't particularly know how, because I need to steam block it if preferable, and I don't have a steam blocker. So I might need to go on Amazon and buy one. I've been working a lot on either fingering weight, like that lace one or the Summer Sorrel, or parts of a blanket, which is very small part, well, not small parts, like these are fairly big, but they feel very onerous, like there's a lot of going on. And I've really wanted to just make something happen and go nice and fast and get something done. So I also, when I was teaching some year 7s, and this would be years ago, about 6 years ago, they were my first lot of year 7s at my school. And I made a comment about how I'm going to knit them a beanie when they graduate, and they've remembered. So now I've got to knit them a beanie for them to graduate. So I've got a order from Bendigo Woolen Mills coming, and I'm really excited to get that done. And that'll probably end up being car knitting slash, you know, off periods at work knitting. But I really needed something to like start and be done quickly, but also to tide me over and make me feel like a quick win, because I haven't, knitting large garments is wonderful, but it's not a quick win at all. And especially me, because I'm non-monogamous, so I just knit everything all at once and then everything takes forever. So what I did is I went to Spotlight, which is like a big box store in Australia, and I was actually looking for yarn for the kids' beanies. But what I came across instead was this Otis Faux, which is a polyester. It's 100% polyester, and yeah, you can tell it's polyester. It's like a faux fur, and it's so much fun. This was on sale, like quite a bit on sale, and so I bought 10 of these balls because I didn't know how much I needed, and I'm already halfway through ball 3, and I literally have only worked on this last night and then a little bit today, but it's going to be the most beautiful little jacket. I don't know if you can hear my dinner cooking in the background, so sorry about that if you can. But it's so cute. So the armhole is nice and deep because I want these to be really like tapered in, but big sleeves, like balloonish kind of sleeves. And it's just a really basic raglan cardigan pattern. I am debating if I put snaps to close the front edges together. I don't really want to pick up. The good thing about knitting with this yarn is it's so easy and extremely forgiving. The really bad thing of knitting with this yarn is that you can't tell where, like if I dropped a stitch, good luck, it's gone. And that does stress me out a bit. So I don't want to have to pick up along the edge because I don't think I can. Just trying to figure out where it is. But it is so much fun. And so I'm just loving this, and it is, oh my God, it's polyester, so it's super warm, but it's super cute. It is super cozy. It just makes me feel like I'm having a big bear hug, which is kind of the point. It's so much fun, and it's making me feel really productive and like I can knit fast because I have been feeling like I knit so slow. So this has been really helping me. But yeah, so that's my quick update. My last update is what came in the mail. And this is from Louie and Lola. And this is the, okay. So first up, this is the Autumn Set 2025. Stunning. Oh my God, yes. I was really considering doing some color work or something, and then I did color work on that water bottle cover, and I realized that my color work is not good. It's just not my strength. And it bothered me how bad I was. And so I decided instead I would not do color work. I might do like a brioche or something with this instead. But I've also realized, and this is where I'm struggling, I've also realized that I really love wearing wearables. I love knitting shawls and I love wearing wearables. So I need to make this into some sort of wearable thing. And I don't know what that will be. I was thinking of a shawl, sorry, like a cowl. Is that what you call them? Yeah, like a cowl. But I don't know. So if you have any ideas of what I can use for 50 gram minis, they're 200, they're like half fingering weights. So they're 50 grams, but they're 200 meters. So they're fingering weight. Any ideas of what I can make with this? I'm thinking like maybe a brioche cardigan, but I don't know what the contrast color would be to fit with these. And I don't have anything in my stash that's going to work because I've already looked. So now I need to find something else, but I really want these to be my card knitting. Like, I really just want to cast them on because they are so stunning. I'm sorry if the crinkling is annoying you. They are just so stunning and I need them. What I also got at the same time is this white, kind of creamy, almost grey mohair, this dark moss, and then this eucalyptus. This one is a merino. Sorry, it's merino possum. And it says fingering, but I don't know what kind of fingering that is because that is huge. So it's 80% merino, 20% possum fur. Actually, I haven't opened it. Let's open it. So Karina from Louie and Lola has, Karina, I'm pretty sure it's Karina. Oh God. I'm pretty sure, like 98% certain. She's been doing merino possum bases for a while. So this is the silk lace, mohair silk lace. This is antique and this is olive and oak. And I just love them. I don't know why I bought them, but I knew I couldn't leave them. I think they were singles. They were both there on their own, and I just thought that was really sad and they needed to come home with me because obviously. And then this one, oh my God, it's so soft and so fluffy. So I'm wondering, is that a good, maybe a hat, like a beanie, just like a nice thick beanie. The thing is, I actually love knitting beanies, but I don't love wearing them because at school I can't wear them. And I don't really go out anywhere else. I'm so lazy right now. I'm just not doing anything. I'm staying inside my house and trying not to spend money, except that I'm spending money on yarn. So maybe I should make this into a beautiful beanie because I love it. I think it'd be so nice. And the way that the possum fur is a little bit brown, I think you can see these like moments of brown in it. If I can show you. Are you going? There you go. You've got these almost like brown tones coming through. I think it's beautiful. So this is what I've just bought. And the other thing that might end up being my car knitting is I am about to pay Terina on Instagram. She's Terina Knits. On Etsy, she's Love and Speckles. And I'm using her Flower Market for my Field of Flowers shawl. And it's beautiful. And she has this like whisper mountains or winter mountains or some mountains, and it is stunning. So I kind of was like, what if they came on a mohair base? And she was like, well, I can't do mohair because they're minis, but I can do suri silk. And I said, yes. I need that. And so that is going to become a cardigan. And I'm thinking that will be my car knitting when that comes in. So I've got maybe one car knitting project. Because seriously, I just like, I have time in the car all the time. And so that'll be my car project that I can just pick up and grab. And I don't knit socks because socks annoy me. Yeah. So that I I think should be what I'm doing. I am going to finish this lovely white one off tonight. I'm just gonna get it done. A 2-day project sounds exactly like what I need right now in my brain. So I'm gonna get this one done tonight. Then I will finish off the purple one and hopefully I'll get this posted out as soon as possible. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.